Peace, family. Hope all is well. As I said earlier, I wanted to do a video, come back, and build a little bit. As usual, it's late. I'm tired. However, when I get these messages, I like to make knowledge born. Put it that way, right? So I did some writing, as usual, right? So here we go. So I was observing from a distance with the method of stop, look, listen, and observing today, right? And I thought about this saying, give me my flowers now, not when I'm gone, right? Upon observation, I was so, and I mean so angry with the hypocrites. Ignorant ass hypocrites, right? You know, the ones who promote this deaf culture, this gang culture, and we must include the women as well, who's promoting this culture of prostitution and thinking it's nice to be looked upon as a whore, a slut, thought. You know, we got to hold them accountable as well, right? So let's get it. These people are the cause of the effects that we see dealing with this death culture and rape and violence and all of this negative shit we see going on in our neighborhoods nowadays. You know, we have to sit back and learn how to do the knowledge and say to ourselves, what are these people actually doing for us? What are they giving us? Are these tools, are these jewels that I can take and become positive and build my family up and be a support to my community in the world? I don't think so. I don't know. That's on you to figure it out, okay? So, and the other problem I have with this, the simple fact, these people rap and even sing and talk about all this violence and how hood they are and all this shit. Meanwhile, they're somewhere sitting somewhere in a mansion with security all around them. They're not in these streets really living this life. They're not about that life, okay? However, the people who they send these messages out to that are actually in the street and actually is living this life, they fall victim. They're the rats that ate the cheese and now in the trap. There's not too many. It's not too many, to my knowledge, that I know still lives in their neighborhood after they make this violent music and speak about how they want to murder people and, yeah, all of this shit you just wouldn't really say and do if you were actually in the hood. It wouldn't happen. Meanwhile, they can sing it and rap it and sell it and promote it, you know, and sleep well at night. sleep well, you know, while our communities is being riddled with uh, bullets and babies dying, the elders dying, people sitting in their living rooms getting shot in their head, and all this. It makes my blood boil. It really makes my blood boil to sit back and watch what we call the 10% bloodsuckers of the poor, right? These people have knowledge of themselves. They are conscious. They're not righteous, but they're conscious, and they know what the hell they're doing. They know they are using the communities to live a lifestyle that's totally opposite of what they sing and what they rap about nowadays. Believe that. We'll go there. And for the older ones, I'm very elated. I'm very elated. Every time something happens, here they go. Oh, Johnny was a good man. Johnny was a good man. He ain't bothering nobody. That was my boy. That was my girl. All this shit. Meanwhile, you were the ones making this music and doing all of this shit, promoting it. Promoting it. And this older generation, who's still out here thinking they're 16 to 21 should be a fucking shame of themselves. They really should. Yeah, I'm really sick of them too. Been here all this long time. You can't name one thing that they have done to consciously uplift the people. We don't need them. It's time to wake up from this trap. It's time to stop dealing with these made devil imps, because that's what they're made, devils. They were made that way. They were made to trap you and keep you in these hellish conditions while, you know, they are living it up for fool's gold. Right? Let's get into it. I'm getting there. Just pay attention and you'll see these folks are nothing more than made devils. They say everybody, and I mean everybody, is a gangster until a real gangster walks in the room, right? I say everybody is conscious until the real conscious and righteous walks into the room, right? Now this is going to ruffle some feathers, okay? But I am the ADOS truth reflector. So it's my job to tell the truth and shame the devils, okay? Sorry, not sorry. The majority of folks nowadays who produce, promote, sing, rap, are not ADOS. I'm going to repeat that. The majority of these rappers, singers, even the sports players, the majority of them are not ADOS, okay? You got it. You got it. The majority of these people running around here with this evil-minded, devilish music, influencing ADOS to kill one another. Because that's who, you know, the majority that's becoming the victims of this ignorance. The majority of them are not ADOS, okay? What I really paid attention to today was at the Brother Nipsey Hussle's memorial, right? I looked around at the crowd and I was like, And this is Crenshaw. I lived in Cali, okay? I lived in Hawthorne, and I worked downtown Los Angeles for almost 3 years, so I know what I'm talking about, okay? But when I looked at that, it was kind of strange, because I was like, damn, like 85% of the people that were in the crowd were Latins. I mean, there was black people. I don't even know if they were ADOS, but there were some black people in the crowd, but the majority of them that were there were Latin. What's wrong with that picture? Anyway, so before we allow you to blame this violence and promotion of drugs and sex and rape and all of this other stuff on ADOS, right? We'll give you a reality check because we're not really that big in this music industry anymore. A lot of this stuff has been taken over by immigrants, the Nutrienoids. They are not ADOS, okay? So we can debunk that myth. Don't call our names in this shit, okay? You have a few older ones that say DOS. Other than that, the majority of them nowadays are immigrants, okay? So we truly have to look with all three, you know, the two eyes and then the brain, to ensure that these people who are running around here and people keep calling them African American is really an American descendant of slavery, because they're not. The majority of them are either straight immigrants or they're first, second, and third generations of immigrants, okay? So stop blaming all this shit on ADOS. Do the knowledge. Do your research. Yeah, like I said, we truly have to look with all three to ensure people are who and what they say they are, okay? Because ADOS is getting blamed for all kinds of shit that just isn't us, okay? So we're going to have to cut that foolishness out as soon as possible, right? So you have to ask yourself, you know, when things happen from now on moving forward, do your research, okay? Before you say, oh, all these niggers and black people, that's all them niggers, and you know, them Americans. A lot of these people aren't American, okay? Okay? Don't put all of this shit on us, okay? It's much deeper than what you think it is, okay? It's much deeper. We're not really in the rap industry and the singing and all of that shit now. This has been infiltrated by immigrants, okay? And then I want to ask this question as well. We're all drug addicts, right? We're all whores and sluts and all this stuff. I want to ask you a question. Who really brought drugs into America? Who brought this sex culture to America? Who brought the guns and this death culture to America? Before the overpopulation of immigrants, right? We didn't promote drugs. We didn't promote sex in the form of prostitution versus love. We didn't kill one another before the civil rights movement or Jim Crow. So we got to ask ourselves, how did this form of evil infiltrate us, right? How did it infiltrate our neighborhoods? Was it really the government? Are we going to blame everything on Donald Trump and our fucking government? Government don't live in my neighborhood. Donald Trump doesn't either. There's a whole hell of a lot of immigrants here. And all of them are not the best and the brightest coming to this country. Okay? A lot of them come here and they don't even understand the meaning of civilization. But they call us Akatas, they call us, you know, all of these names, and Meanwhile, we're just sitting back like, wow. Wow. You know, understand we were born in the big house, okay? We were born in the big house. We have etiquette, ways of walking and talking and being modest, and trust me, we do. So we can debunk that too, okay? These people are not coming in here, you know, already all wise and civilized. The majority, no, they're not. You know, they come here with this savage mentality, and then they just bring it to our hoods and pass it on, pass it on, pass it on. But so, gotta wake up, ADOS. Like I said, my business, our business is my business, okay? So everybody want to sit around and act like they don't see the problems in America, right? And what's happened to ADOS community since the overpopulation of immigrants who came here now only to reap the benefits of being someone or something unlike ADOS. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay? Have you noticed who's getting rich while the majority of the ADOS is starving? These people are not our friends. And the universe and our ancestors know it, right? They know it. And I say it all the time, justice is for all. You reap what you sow. What comes around shall go. Okay? It's a cleanup season. It's a cleansing. It's a purge going on, pardon so, in the wilderness of North America, right? And God has his soldiers, so does the devil, right? You got to choose, you got to pick a side and pick it soon, you know, because bodies are dropping like flies. This is not a game at all. Nobody is above examination, okay? Not ADOS, not immigrants, not Europeans. Nobody is above examination. Judge, but judge not, for ye will be judged. Right? And nobody, as we can see, is untouchable. Okay? Nobody. Nobody is untouchable. When someone, you know, when it's your time, your number, you're out of here. My Nana always say, you always know what's behind you, but never in front. We got to be mindful. Mindful. Very mindful. So yeah, nobody is above examination. And before we allow everyone to group ADOS with all these immigrants and other people who come here committing crimes, creating gangs, and, you know, degrading our women and disrespecting us, and every time you get on the news, it was an African American. No. We're not gonna let that fly anymore, okay? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start calling these people out. We're gonna show and prove with the evidence and proof to back it up that most of these people are not us, okay? We're definitely going to do that. So, yeah, we're going to examine you. We're going to examine you. Each time something happens in this country, moving forward from now on, we're going to make sure it's not our dogs in the fight before we jump in. It's not our dogs. We're not getting in. You know why? Because we have a problem with empathy. We have a problem with empathy. ADOS is the most compassionate set of people that I've known. No matter what, we still have the tradition. If something happens to family or friends, we bring in sodas, we bring in the cakes, we're bringing the juice. You know what I mean? We're bringing the comfort. Very compassionate. Meanwhile, on the other hand, these other races and nationalities never come to our aid. They don't show compassion for us. You have a lot of them be on the internet. Or let those police shoot you down like dogs. And, yeah, they make fun. They make fun of our pain and our struggles. But that shit is coming 360 now. It's hitting everybody like a bolt of lightning. Right? So it doesn't matter your color, it doesn't matter your race, it doesn't matter your nationality, right? Everybody is being touched some way or another. You ever heard that Color Purple song, God is trying to tell you something? Well, the universe is trying to tell you something. And the Queen is sending you this message. You could take it or leave it. It doesn't matter to me. You know, it's just my job as a civilized person to do my duty. Okay? Once I give you the message, the blood is off my hands, I can keep it moving. Yeah. So, yeah, I've warned many of these immigrants to be mindful and to be careful of what you do and say, especially pertaining to ADOS. This is a real movement, okay? If nobody has gotten the picture yet, you soon find out. And I said it. I said it's getting warm outside. Very warm. And with that, you know, the blocks are about to be hot. You gotta be careful. Now, a lot of y'all been on this internet talking shit all summer long, you know. I mean, winter long, pardon stuff. But now it's time to come out of hiding. Right? You see what's happening. Yeah. So yeah, this is a real movement. In some way and somehow, all will be held accountable for your words, ways, and actions. So yeah, it is time to rid our neighborhoods of the gangs, the deaf culture, and the immigrants who are becoming a bad influence on us. Each and every time something happens in America, we will point out. We will point out that you are not us. Or us is not we. However you want to say it or do it. Doesn't matter. You know, but it's time for us to get rid of you. Get rid of you out of our neighborhoods. If you're not coming to America and you're not coming here bringing positivity, we don't need you here. We got enough of our own problems, as you can see. Right? Like I said, and I always say, this is not for all immigrants. Okay? I'm talking to the arrogant. I'm talking to the ignorant. I'm talking to the savages. I'm talking to those who come here to make deals with the devil. The ones promoting this deaf culture. The ones promoting drugs. the ones promoting sex in the form of prostitution, right? Days are getting shorter with you. They really are. So this is 100% for the wannabe ADOS thugs and drug dealers, women degraders, and those who come to America. Even the first, second, and third generations. We see you. So don't keep telling us, oh, we American. No, 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 no. You're not American if you are first, second, and third generation. Or even more than that in America, okay? You are not a descendant of the slaves here in America. So therefore, don't stop calling yourself African American. Then again, you can call yourself what you want to, but you're not ADOS. We just want that, you know, to be clear, okay? We're tired of people stealing our identification cards and using them to their advantage while giving us a disadvantage. We're sick of it, okay? Not too much longer of that. So, yeah. ADOS. ADOS. Pardon self. I want you to pay attention, right? I want you to pay attention to the greatest chameleon invasion, right? In the history of ADOS in North America. This is the greatest identity heist in our history, okay? In our history. These people have came here and used our identities and bought all of this wicked and evil shit and then want to reverse psychology to make it look like we're the ones that's doing all this crap. I don't think so. Okay? We got to pay attention. We got to pay attention because this chameleon shit is real, okay? You got to know. Bob Marley said your worst enemy can be your best friend. Your best friend, your worst enemy. Who the cat fits, let him wear it. That's simple, okay? So the gig is up. And our cups has runneth over, you know. We're out of sympathy. So for my ADOS family, I want you to hold that thought. Before uniting with these made devils, be it at home or abroad, that means the immigrants, or even your fellow native ADOS imps, okay? Because a lot of them nowadays are bloodsuckers. They're no different than the chameleons that come in here and destroy our communities, okay? Be mindful. Be mindful. So we got to examine them and see what position they are playing on the chessboard. So watch out for the stop the violence while promoting violence, folks. See if they are the pots that's calling the kettles black. Okay? Don't get distracted. Remain focused on our agenda. Don't let the negative change your focus on the bigger picture. It is written. Yes, it is written about wars and rumors of wars, right? But keep your eyes on the front, on your own front line, okay? Is the righteous job no different than it is the angel Saint Michael to keep the devil at your feet and not taking your foot off of his or her neck, right? So, also remember, these savages will begin killing themselves off, okay? We got a job to do. We out here doing God's bid, okay? We're doing, our job is in the name of righteousness, right? And a lot of these people's jobs is in the name of Satanists, right? So, it's our job no different, right? And it's not the righteous business. What happens to savages? What happens to maid devils? What happens to people who promote deaf culture and, bring all of this negativity into their reality and then receive justice for their ways and actions? It's not our business. Got to stay out the way of that, okay? Have sympathy for your righteous brothers and sisters who fall, die on the battlefield for the cause of righteousness, right? Not for the cause of Satanism, gang culture, deaf culture, murder, rape. Everybody, you reap what you sow. What comes around is going to go around. I don't care who you are. How big and great you think you are in life. For every action, there's a reaction, right? It's not my job to know your heart. But the universe knows it. And you will be held accountable for your own ways and actions. Right? So, and be not troubled when the devil comes to collect what is owed to him or her. Remember, these people have taken covenants and oaths to the Baphomet, Saturnilla, the Greek gods. Well, devils. Okay? These people have made covenants. Right? And when they make them, it's unbreakable. It's unbreakable. So they say, be careful what you ask for. Because you will get it. You will receive it. However, if I ask the universe to bless me with abundance, and a bunch of jelly beans drop out of the sky, then I know next time to be careful what I wish for, right? Yeah, so many people want this money, so many people want this fame, and it's all an illusion. Can't take it with you. Only thing that goes with you when you leave is your soul. Your energy. No telling what, you will be or become after the fact. But according to your ways and actions, some going to come back as butterflies, right? And some are going to come back as hornets. It's what it is, right? So be not troubled when the devil comes to collect these souls. They did their bidding. You have to see listen, we have to see things for what they are and not what they appear to be. Okay, you can't pretend to be halfway awoke when you see something shocking, right? Then you got to do knowledge.